a best-of-7 series, where legacies, legends, and moments are made in the National Hockey League, National Basketball Association, and Major League Baseball. There's a reason it's a best-of-7 series. For a best-of-5, it wouldn't be the same. I'm DeQwan Young, and today we dive into the 10 best sports teams that blew a 3-1 lead. And a big shout out to Mike Grosso for suggesting this video. Remember to leave your ideas for us, and we may even get to them. Number 10, the 1997 New York Knicks. The Knicks won 57 games in 1996 and 97. Everyone knew that Patrick Ewing was the catalyst of this powerhouse team, as he averaged 22.4 points per game. 4 other Knicks averaged double-digit points per contest. Allen Houston and John Starks provided great sidekicks for Patrick Ewing. The Knicks led the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference semifinals 3-1, only to see Pat Riley get his team to storm back, erasing the deficit and winning the series.
It is all standing ovation for the Miami Heat.
Number 9, the 2016 Cleveland Indians. The Indians faced off against the Chicago Cubs in an epic World Series. Both teams were looking to end long title droughts, and both appeared to be teams of destiny. Cleveland swept the Boston Red Sox, who had baseball's best lineup. They then took care of the Toronto Blue Jays in 5 games, and eventually stormed out to a 3-1 World Series lead despite missing 40% of their starting rotation. The Indians then collapsed, allowing 17 runs over the final 2 games as the Cubs won their first World Series in 108 years. Number 8, the 2015 LA Clippers. This is one great team that just hasn't been able to get over the hump despite fielding 2 great players in Chris Paul and Mr. Blake Griffin. If there was one year for the Clippers to leave their mark, it appeared to be 2015. This team won 56 games and knocked off the defending champion San Antonio Spurs in an epic 7-game series. Next, round 2 against the Houston Rockets. With a 3-1 series lead, the Clippers needed just 1 win to reach the Western Conference Finals, but surrendered 356 points over the final 3 games, melting down in the playoffs once again.
Comeback is complete.
Number 7, the 2010 Washington Capitals. The Capitals won the President's Trophy, leading the league with 121 points. Alexander Ovechkin led the team with 50 goals and 109 points. Nicholas Backstrom chipped in 101 points as well. We ain't done. Alexander Semin added 40 goals and 84 points. 4 other guys scored 20 goals, and the Caps led the Montreal Canadiens 3-1 in the opening round. But little-known goalie Yaroslav Halak stole the show, holding the Caps to just 3 goals in the final 3 games. And boom, the Capitals were eliminated by a team that had 33 less regular season points. Number 6, the 1985 St. Louis Cardinals. The 1985 World Series will always be remembered for Don Denkinger's blown call in Game 6.
He tries to go for the ball. His argument is he gets to stop.
But the blame should really be on the 101-win Cardinals for allowing the Kansas City Royals to erase a 3-1 series deficit. The Cardinals scored 2 runs in the final 3 games and were blown out 11-0 in Game 7. They made the regular season look easy, but winning that last game was impossible. Number 5, the 2003 Chicago Cubs. Before the 2016 Chicago Cubs, there were the 2003 Cubs. Sammy Sosa put up ridiculous numbers, smashing 40 home runs and batting .279. Meanwhile, Mark Grudzielanek batted .314 as these two carried a potent offense. 4 Cubs starters won double-digit games, and Mark Pryor posted an ERA of 2.43. The Cubs led 3-1 but lost Game 5, and we moved back to Wrigley Field. But then, the legend of Steve Bartman was born, and you know the rest. The Cubs blew leads in Games 6 and 7 to the eventual World Series champion Florida Marlins. Number 4, the 1995 Phoenix Suns. The Suns were one of the most dominant teams of the 90s, but not many squads can match up against the 94-95 team that won 59 games. Charles Barkley carried this juggernaut, leading the team in both scoring and rebounds. Dan Marley joined Barkley in the All-Star game, while head coach Paul Westphal coached the Western Conference All-Star team. In the second round of the playoffs against the Houston Rockets, Phoenix jumped out to a convincing 3-1 series lead. Houston scored 334 points in the next 3 games to erase a 3-1 deficit, and they would go on to successfully defend their NBA championship. Number 3, the 1998 Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche were 2 years removed from their first Stanley Cup and were coming off a trip to the Western Conference Finals. Up next, a 95-point season that placed them as the second seed in the West. 5 Avalanche players reached 50 points, led by Peter Forsberg's 25 goals and 91 points. They faced off against the Edmonton Oilers in round 1, a team that had more losses than wins. However, the surprise Oilers stormed back from a 3-1 deficit, allowing just 1 goal over the next 3 games and putting a hold on Colorado's second Stanley Cup title. Number 2, the 2004 New York Yankees. Everyone knows this Yankees team was loaded with future Hall of Famers like Derek Jeter, the best player of his generation, all-star closer Mariano Rivera, and superstar Alex Rodriguez was another. You know the story. They led the Boston Red Sox 3-0 in the 2004 ALCS. Boston walks off in Game 4 and 5, and before you know it, the Yankees unravel in Games 6 and 7. Boston becomes the first and only MLB team to date to erase a 3-0 series deficit. Number 1, the 2016 Golden State Warriors. 73 wins for the Warriors, the most wins in NBA history. Stephen Curry defended his MVP award, and Golden State jumps out to a 3-1 series lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. You know the rest. LeBron James takes his inferior Cavs squad and brings Cleveland its first sports championship since 1964. Did we miss any other great sports teams that blew a 3-1 series lead? Join us in the comments below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we truly appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.